Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon.
Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times and you're watching a quick comparison between the two mid-range smartphones. So yesterday we did the comparison of the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 versus the Realme 2 Pro, and you saw how they were competing with each other in almost every aspect. It was almost the same. But what's the case with the Xiaomi's best phone this year? That's the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 6 Pro in the mid-range versus the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2. This phone comes with 4 cameras. That is one unique feature of this one. But the other side, the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 has quite a lot to offer, even with this chipset itself. So it sometimes would become a better choice over the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro. But in this video, we'll talk about each and every aspect very quickly. So starting with the design itself, this is the plastic pack versus the metal body. So it's always that choice for the users based on their user preference. I would usually choose the metal over the plastic, but here it's not looking like a plastic one. It's almost like a glass with that wave pattern, but it is in the end plastic with the proper covering on that. And it is said to be scratch resistant, though I see quite a few scratches here already. If you also notice them, there are scratches, and that is something you can't always avoid unless you wear a case on the device. So this is the design of the phone. The camera bump is there on both of them, and with the size itself, you see they are almost the same. That is because of the same screen size that they offer. That's the 6.26 inch screen, and with the connectivity ports as well, it's almost the same with the speaker, the earphone jack, as well as the microphone and the micro USB port. Everything sitting towards the bottom. Towards the top, one good thing about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro is that you get the IR blaster for the smart remote functionality. That is always a good thing about the Xiaomi phones. Which helps quite a lot of users. I've always seen people talking positively about that feature being offered, and not most of the other brands work on that. So that is one good thing about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro over the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro. But let's move into the display, where they almost are the same with each other. That's the 6.26 inch display on both of them, having the 1080 to 2280 pixels of screen resolution, 403 ppi of pixel density, and one advantage of the ZenFone Max Pro M2 over the Redmi Note 6 Pro is that it comes with a Corning Gorilla Glass 6 protection. In this price range, finding that protection is quite hard, and still ASUS has provided that. So that is one good thing. It might be resistant to falls, and so that is why it is a better advantage over the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro. Moving on, the weight and size of the phone. So the size is almost the same as said earlier. Then coming on to the weight of the phones, it's 175 grams against the 182 grams. And surprisingly, it's 5000 mAh battery that is packed into this phone. Still, it's lighter than the 182 grams. And one reason could be the metal backplate, also the construction of the phone. That is why the Redmi Note 6 Pro is actually heavier than the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2. Next, about the chipset that powers these phones. You know which one is a better one, obviously, because the Snapdragon 660 is a better one. The ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 is a better phone when it comes to the actual performance of these devices, because the Redmi Note 6 Pro still houses the same Snapdragon 636 that was powering the previous Redmi Note 5 Pro as well, and there is no difference on that aspect done by the company. Redmi Note 5 Pro had a good performance, so that performance can be expected even on the Redmi Note 6 Pro, but obviously the Snapdragon 660 on the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 is a better choice. It has a better performance even while gaming, even while the regular usage. So that takes us to the next one. That is the interface. Sometimes the interface, the optimization done there as well helps a lot. The updates as well help there, and that is why the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 should be our choice. So thanks to how it comes with the stock Android and not any Zen UI or custom UI. The other side, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro comes with the MIUI based on Android Oreo. Both of them are Android Oreo right now, and we are already told about the Android Pie update on the ZenFone Max Pro M2 to come in January, but there's no timeline for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro, which has the MIUI based on Android Oreo. So it might get the Android Pie update. There's no timeline right now, but you won't see a lot of difference because this is a custom ROM with everything that is different from the stock Android. But the good thing with ASUS would be that the security updates would be on time, also the major updates. So stock Android is our choice over MIUI, and it could always be a personal choice for you guys. Next, with the variants that are given here, both have the same variant: 3+32, 4+64, 6+64, and with the price there's only a little difference. The ZenFone Max Pro M2 actually is costlier than the Redmi Note 6 Pro with 1000 rupees price difference. The 4+64 option of the ZenFone Max Pro M2 is coming at rupees 15,000, while on the other side the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro 4+64 comes at 14,000 rupees. If you're actually happy to compromise with 1000 rupees and you want a better phone, better performing phone, you should actually go with the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2. But that's not always a better choice, because with the cameras we felt that the Redmi Note 6 Pro actually did a better job. both with the front camera and the rear camera. Even with the Realme 2 Pro, we had said that we saw the captures on the on the Realme 2 Pro to do better. That's the same case here with the Redmi Note 6 Pro as well. Redmi Note 6 Pro was able to capture better pictures with a better pixel size as well. It's a 12 megapixel camera with the f1.9 aperture. It's a better aperture size on the ZenFone Max Pro M2 with the f1.8 aperture, 12 megapixel camera. But in the end, we saw the optimization to be done better on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro with better captures, not just with the regular ones, but also with the portrait shots. And both of them have a 5 megapixel secondary camera for the depth sensing. On the front, that's what we mentioned in the beginning. There are 4 cameras on the Redmi Note 6 Pro, 2 on the back, 2 on the front. So there's a 20 megapixel f2.0 camera supported by a 2 megapixel one for the depth sensing, again in the selfies. So you have the portrait option, and you can actually take the AI captures. That is with the Snapdragon 636 as well. You have the AI support, and you have the better portrait shots. That won't be really possible with the ZenFone Max Pro M2 except with the software option. You have portrait shots here as well, but that would be only with the software working on it, since it's a single camera on the front. It is a 13 megapixel f2.0 camera, but one advantage of the ZenFone Max Pro M2's front camera over the Redmi Note 6 Pro is that it comes with an LED flashlight for the low light selfies, which is not present on the Redmi Note 6 Pro. Though it has a very wider notch, that is because of the 2 cameras that are present here with the earpiece grill and the sensors. But here the thinner notch has the camera as well as the LED flashlight. So that is it with the cameras. It's the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro being the clear winner in the camera department over the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2. But in the other departments, as you saw, with the performance, if you see the gaming reviews of these two phones, you'll clearly see that the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 performed very much better. And the final aspect now is the battery. This is the 5000 mAh battery that is powering the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2, and we could easily get about 2 days of usage on regular usage. On the other side, the Redmi Note 6 Pro doesn't have a bad battery life at all. It could easily cross a day on the regular usage, but the final screen on time and the optimization done by the Snapdragon 660 with that AI optimization, we felt that the ZenFone Max Pro M2 could give better screen on time as well, about 5 to 8 hours on average, and this was about 4 to 5 hours, again similar to how the Realme 2 Pro was performing with the battery. Though this is better than the Realme 2 Pro, but in the end I would say that the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 has a better battery life when compared to the Redmi Note 6 Pro. So this was the overall comparison of these two phones, and with every aspect, let me give my own opinion. I would choose the Redmi Note 6 Pro for its build quality, but for the looks, the ZenFone Max Pro M2. For the performance, the ZenFone Max Pro M2 over the Redmi Note 6 Pro, but the camera is better on the Redmi Note 6 Pro. And the final aspect about the battery life, again, the ZenFone Max Pro M2 should be the choice. So if you're actually happy to pay 1000 rupees more for that, you should go with the ZenFone Max Pro M2 thanks to the better performance and the better battery life as well. So this was the quick comparison of the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro. If you have any other questions, do let me know and subscribe to Gizmo for more. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.